Hello and welcome to Throwdown Thursdays. My name is David and today I'm joined by my good friend and fellow teammate Ashley.
Hello.
And today we are playing Jamaica. Jamaica is a racing game where players take control of one captain and their own ship, which starts on Port Royal, which is on the player board, which is on the top right hand corner. Each captain starts off with the same 11 card deck and has their own little holster where they'll put the following. They can either put food, doubloons or gunpowder. The food is used to feed yourself when you're out on the sea tiles, which are the tiles with the white little squares. Doubloons are used to pay at ports, which you can see there's several ports around the board on the actual island of Jamaica. And then you have gunpowder, which are used to fight each other. You can also get treasure cards from pirate lairs, which are scattered around the island. There's 9 in total. The treasure cards consist of plus points or negative points, and there's some special items which we'll talk about as and when they come along. So on the left hand side you can see Ashley's got 3 cards. These are the cards that he's going to be using to advance himself, gain his doubloons, etc. So you roll the dice and then you choose a dice for the night action and the day action, which is the left and right action. So Ashley, you rolled, you got a 4 and a 1, use the double action, and you get to the first treasure.
Yep.
And you pick up a -3.
Yeah.
Which is, it's great. It's going good.
It's extremely annoying.
It's going good so far.
Yeah.
Because there's 9 of them, and there's only a few. I think there's only 3 negative ones in the whole deck.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So this is the kind of game you can't really say what your objective is from the beginning, but from that roll, you decided to just go straight for the treasure.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny. I normally, whenever I play this game, I played it twice now, 2 or 3 times. I like to go for the treasure.
Yeah.
As best as I can. Like, I'll always count, see if I can actually make it or get close to one.
Yeah.
Because it's hard when you go first. You obviously move first.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. But when it's someone else's turn, you're obviously going to be moving second or third. So it's hard to predict if you're going to get the treasure or not.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you do get there, you might be fighting someone.
Yeah, and that's something you might want to bypass. Well, they're saying that you got some gunpowder as well, which you got in your first turn, which is pretty nice. So you've stuck down the move forward, so you're going to move forward 6, and then you're going to gain 4 gunpowder. James picks up the treasure chest, which gets a 6th holder. You can have 5 in total. And then he goes back and he lands on you.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen, you first put out all your gunpowder, and then you roll the dice, and you add the numbers, and whoever has the most wins. So you roll, and you get 13. So what happens now, you can either steal anything from his holder, take one of his treasures, or you can give him a cursed treasure, which you decide to do.
Yeah.
That's already -3 gone, and you can just give it to someone else.
And get a new treasure.
Yes, and you get a new treasure, which is perfect.
I'll just move James instead of myself.
Yeah, and you get a +3, so
Yeah.
you're like 9 points in front of James, really. 6
3.
points. 3?
6.
No, because he's got -3.
Yeah. Another +3, yes, 6.
So Natalie bypasses. So you got you got the double doubloons, so you kind of want to wait maybe until you've got a good roll, which you got here, but when you decide to go for it anyway.
Yeah.
So at the end of the game, whoever has the most points wins, like in most games. You can see at the top, some of the end tiles have numbers on them. You add that towards your end goal as well. If you fall before the red line, you get -5 points. So you want to keep an eye on where everybody else is.
Yeah, for sure.
Otherwise, you'll fall behind and then you get -5 points.
Yeah.
Because those plus points are a lot, really. They add up, don't they?
Oh, they do. They're really helpful at the end of the game, that's for sure.
Exactly. So Natalie's the captain at the moment, so she rolls the dice, then she gets to choose the order of the dice. And you decide to go for here, forward and backwards. So you're going to go forward basically 1. Because you're going to go forward 6 and you're going to go back 5. So it kind of, I don't know, you're going to let everyone go ahead, aren't you? So Natalie picks up the +2 from her combat, so when she's next to in a fight, she gets an automatic +2. Got a little bit of advantage there. Also, when you're playing your turn, you have to keep an eye out on how much resource you got. You want to make sure when you're landing on something, you can pay for it.
Definitely.
Because if you don't, you have to pay however much you can, and then you have to go back to the next available space where you can pay something. So you move forward 6, you get treasure, you get +3, and you have to move back forward, back basically to where you were. So you have to pay your 2 food, and then you just stay there. So let's hopefully them 2 don't go too far ahead. James rolls a nice little low number, so we know even if you don't go anywhere, they're not really going to go too much further in front of you, are they?
Yeah, that's right.
So you go for the back 1, which is safe because you'll land on the treasure thing, and you go forward 2. But you've only got 1 food, so you're going to go food. You have to play the 1 food that you got, then you have to go back to the treasure space. That can sometimes work for your advantage, though, can't it?
Yeah, I mean, It was hard because you can see the cards I've got there, mainly item cards. I only had like move forward, so I would have only been move forward one again. So I would have been in the same situation I was, but only getting 2 food.
It's not really worth it.
It just didn't seem worth it. So I thought I'll just get rid of my 1 food and go back to the treasure.
Yeah, I mean you've got a lot of doubloons at the moment, but there's only 2 ports here. You'd need like a double 6 to get all the way up here.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Otherwise, everything else is food, and if you haven't got enough, you're just going to keep going backtracking on yourself, aren't you? So pretty much all the treasures have been taken so far. I feel like every time we've played, every single treasure gets taken.
Yeah.
I think everyone kind of has the same thing. They want to get those treasures.
I'm a pirate. I want to get the treasure.
But I feel like people forget that there are negatives in there as well.
Yeah, but still, it's pirate.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
a pirate. I want a treasure chest.
Exactly. So you're going to move forward 6 on this time. You're going to get 6 food as well.
Yeah.
That'll bring you up to 11 at some point. But you see Natalie got a double 6. She's done this double movement. She's moved so far ahead, like almost halfway across the board now. Oh, even further actually.
Yeah.
So she goes back and she pays what she can. And then James does exactly the same. So this is looking quite bad because they're going to finish the game pretty soon.
It looks that way, but they're using their move forward twice card, so you know that I'm going to have that soon, and I'll be able to catch up.
You used it first, and once you go through the deck, on the 9th turn, I think is you shuffle your deck again, and you could be able to draw it again.
Yeah.
So you're safe there on the pirate layer, and you've got quite a lot of food. You've got quite a lot of doubloons, so you're quite happy to now move on and go ahead. You can pretty much pay for everything else. You look at James; he's got no doubloons, hardly any food, so he should really calculate what he's going to be doing next.
Yeah. I mean, they've left a treasure chest behind, so
yeah, exactly. Maybe
I might be tempted by that.
Yeah, that's the long way around. That's the thing.
It is a long way around.
High risk, high reward.
Yeah, that's it.
So James and Natalie are very close to each other. So you were contemplating here which way to go. You pay your 2 food and stay there. What's everyone else got? Natalie's got had the double doubloons stacking up there. Let's see what you roll here. So you get 5, so you go for 3 and 2. Again, you can't really move too far, but you might be able to work something. What was that? Move 2, so you'll be able to get this treasure this turn, and you get 3 doubloons to go up even more to. Well, you got not 8. You'll have. Let's see what you get here. +7.
+7, nice.
So that's not too bad. So I think that's 2 treasures for you so far.
3
treasures. I think you got 2 +2 and a +7.
Yeah.
So already, even if you don't finish past the 5 mark, get the -5. There's still a lot of points there.
Yeah.
And your doubloons as well, which is racking up as well.
But I'm slowly catching up to them now. They've not moved much.
No, they've been moving back and forth, and now they're in a fight now. So I think James goes
14.
So you've got 10.
10 gunpowder.
Yeah, it's
wow.
ridiculous.
I think Natalie's going to match him here with the
You're
10.
You're gonna have to, yeah. I think you've got.
Lovely.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. And there's also actually, as you can see there, an explosion that gives you automatic win here. James makes a little misplay after you do the fight, and then you're still supposed to pay the space. He didn't actually pay the food, which doesn't actually affect the game because food isn't worth anything, and all the movement he makes in the previous turns, the current turn, sorry, he's able to pay all the food.
Right.
So the game state hasn't really changed that much. He should really just have 2 less food.
Yeah.
So at the moment he should have 1, but he's got 3 at the moment. But it's something that we kind of just overlooked and forgot.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the battling system, takes quite a long time. So you go for your double doubloons here.
Yeah.
It's the second time you've used it now, so you must have shuffled your deck by now.
Yeah, I think we have at this point.
15.
Yeah, we're just starting round 12 now, so we've definitely
definitely
shuffled up.
So you've got 15 doubloon there, and we know you've got 13 points in your treasure.
Yeah.
So it's looking good for you. We just need to get you over the mark, which you've got 2 movement cards here, so you might be able to do it depending on what everyone else
rolls. Yeah.
Yeah, Natalie's already passed it, so this is looking pretty good for her. She's already gotten the 5. So you move forward 3. You have to play your 5. Oh, is that 5? Yeah, it's 5.
Yeah.
So you go down to 10. So when you receive your resource, you have to if your container is full, you have to swap it out for something that isn't of the same. So you can't swap gunpowder for gunpowder. You have to swap gunpowder for food or doubloons, and same for everything else.
Yeah.
So you want to kind of empty out all your containers at some point to make sure you're not overstocking on things. You don't want to lose out, do you?
Yeah, of course.
And there's no more treasures now. I think they're all gone.
Yep.
Yeah, Natalie couldn't pay for something, so she had to go back. So yeah, again, you're only like 3-4 points behind him. You've got 1 and a 6. You've got the 1 food and then the 6 movement. That will put you up to here, and you've got enough food to pay for that as well. Unless you wanted to go the long way around. No, which you don't. Take the shortcut.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's looking good so far. So here you are again. It was looking bad for you. At the beginning, but now I think these two just messed around a bit too long.
Yeah.
So Natalie rolls a 4. She's got no gunpowder. James uses his 1 because it's not worth anything in the end, and he beats her. And he gives her a treasure. So we assume it's the cursed treasure
must be the
that he had.
-3 one.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's the second time. When the first time they fought, Natalie won, and she took a treasure off him. So she could have had that treasure then. So maybe she's lumbered with double treasure. Who knows? Double 6 straight away. I saw how quick you went. Slam down that double forward. That's going to put you all the way to Port Royal. You can't overshoot, but once you hit Port Royal, that's 15 points anyway. But everyone else doesn't look like they're going to be moving much. Natalie gets to move 6, but she gets 6 doubloons as well. So hopefully that'll be able to push her over.
Yeah.
Pretty much know that she's definitely got at least one treasure.
At least one.
Because that's what Jane's given her. Look, you're eager to flip it over. There you go. Double movement.
Even during the game, them two both thought I weren't going to make it.
No, definitely.
And to be the first one to finish.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So, yeah.
So what happens now, we add up all the points. And so we get points for wherever you land. Everyone made it over the 5 mark, which is good. So actually you get 15. James gets 2 and Natalie gets, is that 5?
5, yeah.
And then we add up all the treasures. So we see you got the double 3. And then we got the 7 as well.
Just making it more intense, they're showing the +7.
Yeah. So Natalie, you can see -2, -3, and -4. That's -9 points. James gets a nice +5. And then we add up all your doubloons afterwards. So Natalie ends up on 2. Unfortunately, James on 20. Actually, on 38.
Wow.
That is amazing. You can say you beat everyone other than the doubloons, which James beat you on. But you pretty much overshot everyone on everything. And it was looking so bad for you at the beginning.
It was, yeah. But like I said, I was kind of focused on the treasure, just playing my own little game. Luckily for me, both of them just kept fighting each other.
Yeah, exactly.
So I was just like hiding in the background and then
just relaxing.
Yeah, just brought it up. Just brought it up near the end. And the game can turn like that because, like we said, when Natalie last played her double movement card to go forward, you know, I've still got mine. I'm still going to use mine at some point. And just so happens she rolled a double 6 and I was the only one that had the double movement.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Yeah, just little things like that can help you win a game or, So, it's good. I really enjoy this game.
Yeah, it's a fun game, isn't it? So, well done. So, like I said at the beginning, there's no real strategy to playing. You kind of just have to assess where you're going to be landing with each of your cards as and when you get them.
Yeah.
But focus for the treasure, maybe?
Yeah, I think a lot of us, when we've played this, are focused on getting the treasure cards because they're very valuable. Obviously, Natalie got quite unlucky getting all the -1, but they are very valuable cards to have, the treasures. So yeah, it's nice to focus on something because if not, you're only focusing on using your food and using your doubloons.
And just getting to the end.
And the only thing you can see on the board is the treasure, so that is really what you focus on.
Yeah, exactly. How do you feel it plays? That was a 3-player game, so like you said, those two are battling out quite a lot. You could stay back. When there's more people, you can imagine there being a lot more fights.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
I mean, I think we've only played maximum 4. But even then, there weren't that many fights. But it's up to 6 players, so I can imagine it getting really hectic.
Yeah, I can imagine so. Because everyone's going to be... At some points, you might be playing the same cards as each other.
Yeah, exactly the same card.
Because me and Natalie have done that before, but we've never done it with the movement cards. We've only ever done it with the item cards.
Yeah.
So we both play we get gunpowder and food, for example.
Yeah.
But we've never played... Yeah, you could play a game where literally you're both just playing the same cards every time, because you don't know what each other's playing.
No.
Until you turn them over.
Yeah, exactly. There's some other cards that we didn't see, like there's the cutlass where you can make your opponent re-roll their dice. So if they get more than you, you can make them re-roll. Or even if they get the explosion dice, you can get them to re-roll. You can also re-roll your own dice. If it's too low, you just want to re-roll it again, which is pretty good. And then there's the one that allows you to have 4 cards in hand rather than just 3.
Yes.
That gives you a little bit more variety of what to use. Yeah. But no, it's a pretty good game.
Yeah.
And there's an expansion coming out later on this year as well.
No way.
I know, right? It's going to add Luffy to the mix.
Shotgun Luffy.
Well, that's pretty much it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you next time.
Goodbye.